All right, so pretty big news today after Battlefield 2042 failed miserably and took everybody's money. Now they officially released sort of a preview way early in the development stage of Battlefield. Maybe it's Battlefield 6. I don't know what they're going to call it, but it's a revamp of the title. And I'm cautiously excited about it because the way Battlefield 2042 went, left a bitter taste for somebody that bought the premium edition that had very big hopes for, what I've been an avid Battlefield fanatic, even though it's under EA. So 2042 left me with a bitter taste in my mouth after buying the Ultimate Edition. That game basically not even lasting, I don't know, like 2 months. So let's see what they're gonna talk about here.
Defending that last point in breakthrough.
Yeah,
You and your squad going together, trying to accomplish.
let's do it. Yeah,
Helicopter crashes into the building next to you.
I'm all about it.
Sudden, the roof drops on your head.
Vehicle play is the destruction. You've got tanks, you've got jets.
You get a bit sweaty and you.
That's what sets this game apart is the details, the environment, the destructive environment is what makes this game, in my opinion, so much better than Call of Duty when it's running properly. Like top tier Battlefield 3, there's no Call of Duty that competes with that.
That full all-out military experience.
Yeah,
It's just unlike any other game I've played.
that's true.
This franchise comes with a long history, spanning over 20 years now.
It does.
But the
That is true.
question is, how do we continue to build on that? And
Yeah, that's true. But how do you should fix it first before you continue to build on it, right? If you're building right now, you're building on a massive failure. Or you lost money and you lost confidence, consumer confidence. They don't care about the consumer. I mean, we've seen that with EA. They've made with Apex, they made 3.4 billion dollars, probably more now. And they still have 20 tick rate servers. Cell phone games have better servers than your $3.4 billion cash cow. That's starting to run a little bit dry.
push Battlefield to the next level.
Let's see.
I've been playing Battlefield since long before I joined the team. When 1942 first came out, the amount
Yeah.
of fun that we all sat down and had with it is just, still like a fond memory.
Yeah, Battlefield 3 for me was the best.
Battlefield team, it was about the opportunity to give that team that space to do something just more amazing even than they've done in the past.
Okay.
We set out with this ambitious idea of creating
I mean,
a
I'm all
new
about it.
Battlefield universe. And to make that vision reality, we had to think big.
The general manager, that's the top, putting his statement here. Battlefield Studios.
Four Studios comes with its own culture and expertise into what we call Battlefield Studios.
So they've consolidated all studios for this project. So that speaks of how bad 2042 was in terms of a product, how much of a failure it has to be where it's like, okay, all hands on deck. Apex is kind of failing. Apex has like 300 players left and, 100 of them are cheaters. They've milked that cow so much. That cow is dead. And with nothing but cash, they've made cash hand over fist and they reinvested nothing. All the $3.4 billion pretty much went to investors, and dividends payments that, just a disaster. And I love Apex. I have the Founders Edition. I played it from day one. And same with Battlefield. Battlefield 3, when I got Battlefield 3, there was nothing that got in my Xbox 360. There's no other disc. It was just that. Everything else collected dust for like a year.
One team that spans across the globe and combines 20 years of franchise experience with emerging talent.
DICE has such a rich history with Battlefield. We've been working on it for years and years. But we also want to do something
DICE was a good studio.
we've never done before.
DICE
We can't do
was
that
pretty
much
good.
yet.
DICE is responsible for the multiplayer
Yeah.
part of the game.
Well, okay, the multiplayer was, once it functioned, it was good, but they have better gunplay than Call of Duty. They actually do. The hit registration, the way the guns feel, the sniping, because they have bigger maps, the bullet drop, the way everything feels, shotguns actually feel reasonably balanced considering what they are. Shotgun is OP. Really, especially Battlefield 1, 3, 4, everything else. this 2042 was the exception. Once they got it right, though, it did play well, but nobody had the confidence. There was no one playing it. It took forever to load because there's no players, and then you're playing against AI because nobody hopped in. So it was just dead on arrival because of the bugs and the lack of adapting. I believe Battlefield 2042 would have had a shot if they changed it and added a BR to save the game. When I looked at it, you have all these maps that you started out with: Haven, Redacted, Reclaimed, Flashpoint, Sparhead. Like you added Spearhead, Spearhead, Stranded, Discarded. I love Discarded. A fantastic long range to short range right in there. Orbital was pretty good because you open space in the back with the water and the jungle right into like a urban environment. Breakaway was fantastic. Renewal was pretty good, not one of the best. And then you brought back some of the best ones. Harbor plays fantastic. One of my all-time favorite maps, the Caspian border, and the canals are pretty good. I don't know how but you can incorporate little pieces of it. Splice this, splice that. Make a map that you go from the desert to the beach to an urban environment to a jungle. It's oh man, it could be fantastic. This is also a fantastic map. Valpar, that's what I'm gonna call it for short. Fantastic map. So you incorporate those with these, and you have four BR maps right away. You can rotate right there, and then you had specialists right off the bat. People complain about classes like, oh, bring classes back. That didn't save the game. So I don't know why, people were so fascinated or complain about classes. You had specialists, which is what makes Apex so unique. The legends, right? Each one had their own ability or equipment that they brought to the game. So you had specialists. You could drop them. You could have ranked solo, duo, trios. You already have ranked in Apex. And the argument being is that, oh, they don't want to take away from Apex to compete with their other BR. This would not compete with Apex. They're totally different styles of games. Apex is fantasy FPS. This is like a simulation FPS. This is the happy medium between Call of Duty and like Hell Let Loose. This is the perfect happy medium. This would have competed directly with Call of Duty. A battle royale game for Battlefield would be a direct competition to Call of Duty, not Apex. Like for me, I would play both, but not everybody. Apex fans, they're not gonna. This isn't gonna scratch their itch for a better Apex, so you don't have to worry about that. Plus, it's like 200 players, so you don't have to worry about it anyway, because that's a dying game that I've invested thousands of hours. And again, EA just letting people down, including obviously with Battlefield 2042. But you had all this ready to go, and you had a dying game anyway. So you had nothing to lose. Specialists, you already had ranked, you already had, you already have a system for how ranked works, all that stuff ready to go. You already had, you wouldn't have to, you couldn't do planes or helicopters because of how OP that would be. A couple cars, maybe a tank, I don't know, and lessen the health of a tank. So, everybody has a fighting chance. You could have figured it out, my point being. But this is why that's happening, because of this. This was such a failure that now they're consolidating all their studios to fix their disaster of a game.
Which incorporates things like destruction systems,
That's the best thing that we always had. Destructive systems in a BR will be fantastic. I still don't think there's another BR that has that. So, you would just have such a unique game with massive maps, and it would just be so fantastic. And they refused to save 2042. They basically said, "Yep, we messed up. Hundreds of millions of dollars and thousands of hours, hundreds of thousands of hours of development. Just on to the next one." And the people that bought the premium edition, like me, because I'm a Battlefield fanatic, they're like, no refunds. I don't believe. I don't think I got anything. It's just like, oh yeah, oopsie daisy, and you still take my money. Which, hey, I'm an adult. I should know better by now to give EA money preemptively.
Quad play, vehicles, gadgets,
Yeah.
all of those kind of underlying systems that drive the experience.
So here at Motive, we're working on multiplayer maps, and we're also working on single-player mission content.
We're gonna have a campaign then. That's good.
A cinematic experience to the level that's never been done on Battlefield.
They've always had good campaigns. Let's be honest. Call of Duty and Battlefield have had great campaigns.
We're working on an experience that is really going to open Battlefield up to a whole group of new players, but really still exciting that core audience that has made this franchise so successful.
And the core audience just wants a good functional game. The core audience has told you what they want. They want Battlefield 3. Some want Battlefield 4. Most people, I think, would agree Battlefield 3 is the best Battlefield ever made. Just remake that. That's what the core audience wants. You want the new audience, you create a BR. Core audience plays Capture the Objective or Team Deathmatch, or I can't think of all the modes that they have, but all the original modes, right? Control location, all that breakthrough. That's fantastic mode. And then the new audience is your battle royale audience, and you have a season pass that you can level up playing anything in between, right? And everybody's happy. So that's how you do that. That's my opinion, and I believe I'm right in this. But right now, battle royale is not a phase. It's not going away. You know, if companies handle it right, like Fortnite, it's fantastic. If you're EA, you do Apex, and you take the best battle royale, and you just pile drive it into the earth.
Criterion have been supporting Battlefield for a decade now, and now we're going to bring that to the table as a fully fledged kind of partner in the Battlefield studios.
Battlefield Studios.
Single player experience. So the campaign is back for Battlefield.
Yeah, good campaigns. Good campaigns.
We have never before had this many teams and talents dedicated to the development of Battlefield.
Right, because you did just shit the bed on Battlefield 2042. Like, that should be in parentheses somewhere, right? This wasn't like for the better of the game. You know, we just love the gamers and we love our community so much. We'll do whatever it takes. That's not the case, right? It's the fact that you lost hundreds of millions on the game before because you basically released a beta of the game. We were the beta audience. We play tested it without getting paid. Not only did we not get paid, this was like I got bamboozled. I paid you to beta test your game for you.
And we have a plan to create a new, exciting future for the franchise alongside our players.
Let's do it.
This game has so much potential. So I think it's about giving the team this time to really hone their craft.
We have to prototype, play test, get feedback,
And then repeat that loop.
over and over and over again.
That's
We have to find gameplay that really
that's called doing your job. It's like we have to do the same thing. We have to wake up, clock in, and do the same thing over and over and over again every day. I have to wake up on Tuesday and do the same thing. And then I actually have to wake up on Wednesday and do the same thing. And then believe it or not, I do this Monday through Friday. And sometimes I stay past 5 o'clock and I do it over. Congratulations. This is like huge for you. You have a job. And a very well paying one. Like this guy's the general, like this guy's multi 6 figures in. Not like scratching 6 figures, barely making it. This guy's 6 figures deep. And he's like, I have to do my job every day. Can you believe? Yes, I can, but like everyone else. Yeah, this is them like it's like a breakthrough for them that they have to do their job. This is unbelievable to him. He's shocked. And the rest of it, like, can you believe we have to do this over and over? Yes, it's an occupation. It's you get paid for that service. I don't. How is this breaking news?
really resonates with the players and then build on that.
Battlefield Labs is our new development initiative where
Mhm.
players will get to test specific focus areas in the game.
Wait. Battlefield Labs. Congratulations, you just discovered testing your game. It's 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 2025 and they just thought about play testing their game. They just thought about it. This is for the new Battlefield. So 2042. So what you're saying is 2042 had no beta testing. We like I said, I was the beta the your core audience. You used your paying audience, your paying customers as the beta testers. Like so this is a new concept for them, which is testing their own game to find bugs, unlike 2042. This is a new concept. This is a radical. They woke up and they're like, what if we tested our game? Like that's only every other company does that. So Google, like I don't know what to say. Well, thanks for catching up. Thanks for testing your product before it goes out there and fails massively and you lose all your money and all your core audience. Like every other company does this. You develop something and then you test it, right? Imagine if like a car company build a car, never test anything, and just shipped it out. Yeah, you're good. Yeah. No, we put it together. Anything wrong? I mean, I don't know. You drive it, pick it out, drive it. If something goes wrong, let me know. And then they go, wait, I have to buy the car and like you haven't checked it out. I'm checking it out after I pay for it. Yeah, just have a spin. If something happens, buy another one after we fix it. What? What? Everybody tests their stuff. You don't test your stuff. That's what you just said. This is like a new radical idea. We're gonna test our game before we release it. Awesome.
We've done similar things in the past, but this
We've done similar things. So we've tried kind of testing some games, I guess.
is a whole nother level.
Sick ring.
We're doing
Whoever
it
has that,
with
sick
a
ring.
game, and we're doing it with so much more content.
So they're play testing more than the weather. That's cool. That's cool. At least you're checking that out. What are they saying? This should not be public. This should not be like happy to say this out loud. Somebody should have told them that before releasing this. You in 2025, you discovered playtesting. That's not great.
An exciting way for us to interact with our audience before things go live and make sure that what we have is really fun and polished.
Wow, a polished game is a new radical concept for this company. It's EA, so I'm not that surprised because if EA could just somehow get all the addresses of players and like just send people with black leather gloves just to steal your wallet, I think that's the next DLC. It's the Black Leather Glove Brigade, and they just knock on your door and take your money, and you don't get anything in return. That's the next EA game.
Test everything, combat to destruction to maps and modes.
We're going to test all the new features that we're putting out, and we're going to test hardware like weapons, vehicles, and gadgets.
So you didn't test weapons, vehicles, and gadgets on an FPS game where you use weapons, vehicles, and gadgets. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong with that? Yeah, no, we're good. Yeah, fire away, Chief. You say it's good? Yeah, I'll take your word for it. Install it, $120. We believe it's good to go.
We can try different things, but also validate what players are expecting from Battlefield.
A functioning game.
It's crucial in helping us know what to prioritize, what needs improvement, and what feels like a true Battlefield experience.
We're pre-alpha, so now is the time to test all the experiences our teams have been building for our upcoming launch and beyond.
All right.
Join our Discord where you can learn more.
I'm not joining your Discord, and I'll be, once everything comes out, I'll be excited or more not excited, interested, possibly, skeptic of what kind of feedback they like because Respawn, which is a different studio, but Respawn had pro players give them feedback on new maps when they developed it for Apex Legends, and the people that gave them crucial feedback, that gave them bad feedback, right? They just never invited them back to playtest, and that's been confirmed. They've said that on their stream, So is the person that says, "Yeah, this kind of sucks, so this doesn't work well. This was a bad idea." What are you gonna do with that person?
About our new closed testing environment. We call it Battlefield Labs.
Battlefield Labs. It's a brand new radical concept. We're gonna test our game.
Build Battlefield together.
Okay. This is pre-alpha. This is early on, very early, but it looks sharp. I mean, look at the buildings, little air conditioning units. They're actually doing pretty good. Yeah, very AC in there. You're feeling good, man. So this is Battlefield Labs. This is taken there, pre-alpha. Tank looks solid. Obviously, the particles are not refined. This is pre-alpha, but already for pre-alpha, looks fantastic. Can I make this a little bit better? No, 1440 is good. Yeah, particles, explosions, the destructible environment is already in. This is pre-alpha, and it still looks promising. Hey, this looks good. Short clips, but still. Whoa. All right. 2025, they added play testing. Let's go. You figured it out. You figured out testing your own product before you release it. Things are looking up. We'll see. We'll see as beta comes out. Hopefully this is a good Battlefield. Been starving for one personally. I'm also starving for a good battle royale, a Battlefield battle royale. I think it deserves it. So, my hopes are let's say my expectations are, not too high because it's EA, but I can't help but be a little excited with this. So we'll see how it goes.